Imagine an AI assistant that reads every classified document, flags every supply chain failure before it becomes a mission crisis, and compresses a 2-year intelligence cycle into 4 hours. Now, imagine 1 million of them, deployed across the entire US military in 60 days. Now take the AI company that said no to that future, and watch the Pentagon blacklist them in writing. Not in theory, not on paper. The Department of War's 2026 AI acceleration strategy is already live, and Anthropic just became its first casualty. For years, I've tracked how defense acquisition policy translates into battlefield capability, reading the white papers so you don't have to. But what the department just released is unlike anything I've covered. The era of the human-piloted military is dying. Right now, the Pentagon is undergoing the most radical transformation in the history of organized conflict, moving past generative toys into the age of the sovereign agent. We're talking about a total wartime pivot to agentic AI, autonomous systems that don't just answer questions, but independently plan, reason, and execute multi-step combat workflows. The flashpoint for this revolution arrived in early 2026, with a move that sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley, the official blacklisting of Anthropic. The Pentagon designated the AI giant a supply chain risk after the company refused to allow its technology to be used for autonomous kinetic operations. The department's stance is now uncompromising, mission-first systems only. They've signaled they will only partner with firms that support the full spectrum of operations, including the pointy end of the spear. This isn't just a contract dispute. It's the military-industrial complex drawing a line in the sand. If you won't help us win the next war, you don't get to build the foundation of our future. This creates a massive divide in the Silicon Valley ecosystem. On one side, you have the traditional tech giants and aggressive new players who see defense as the ultimate frontier. On the other, you have those who fear that relinquishing control to agentic systems is a line we can't uncross. The department has made it clear that those who are not willing to provide the necessary tools for the defense of the nation will be excluded from the largest and most lucrative contracts in history. The era of dual-use technology, where the military was an afterthought, is officially over. So, what does this mean for the future of global power? It means the US is betting everything on the idea that speed defines victory, and there is no prize for second place. To replace the non-compliant models, the DOW is standing up a massive internal ecosystem called GenAI.mil. Launched in late 2025, it hit 1 million users in 60 days. This isn't a single chatbot. It's a multi-model capability matrix operating at Impact Level 5, the highest security standards for sensitive data. This platform represents the unification of the department's digital infrastructure, bringing together disparate data streams into a single, cohesive operational environment. The Pentagon is leveraging a best-of-breed strategy. They are using Google's Gemini for government for unclassified tasks, using web grounding to eliminate hallucinations. They've integrated custom versions of ChatGPT for summarizing procurement stacks. And they are using xAI's Grok to provide a real-time pulse on global events via social media. But the real engine of this change is Agent Designer. This is a no-code platform that lets any soldier or civilian build their own digital assistant to automate the back-office drudgery that slows down readiness. Whether it's a maintenance chief predicting engine failure or a logistics officer rerouting fuel in a war zone, the power of AI is being democratized across 3 million personnel. No longer is advanced automation the exclusive domain of data scientists in specialized labs. Instead, a maintenance chief in a forward-deployed hangar or a logistics officer in a supply depot can build an agent that monitors parts availability and predicts failures before they happen. This bottom-up innovation is the secret weapon of the American military, allowing for a level of agility that adversaries struggle to match. Before we get into how the Pentagon built the infrastructure to replace Anthropic, I want to take a second to thank the supporters of this channel. If you find this level of deep dive analysis valuable, hit the subscribe button now so you don't miss our upcoming breakdown on the SwarmForge live fire trials. Now, the 3-tenet strategy that made this moment inevitable. The department realized that traditional kinetic force is no longer enough. Superiority now depends on the velocity of information. They are using the One Big Beautiful Bill, the 2026 NDAA, to fund this transition, prioritizing speed over cost, and creating joint acceleration reserves to capitalize on breakthroughs the moment they happen. This brings us to the muscle of the operation, Swarm Forge. Managed by the CDAO, this is a direct response to the US lacking the massed, low-cost robotic systems needed for modern peer-to-peer conflict. In June 2026, the department will hold its first Crucible, a quarterly rapid prototyping event where elite units and industry partners field test drone swarms. The requirement is heterogeneous autonomy. That means drones from different vendors must coordinate as a single hive, navigating GPS-denied environments and resisting electronic warfare. These agents use in-field learning to adjust their confidence based on real-time feedback. If a lead drone is jammed, the swarm doesn't stop. It reorganizes. So what? For any adversary fielding point defense interceptors at $4 million per round, this changes the cost calculus of every engagement permanently. We are moving from remotely piloted to meaningful human command, where one operator oversees a coordinated hive of hundreds. The goal of Swarm Forge is to achieve mass through low-cost, expendable systems that can saturate an enemy's defenses. By overwhelming the adversary with sheer numbers and coordinated intelligence, the US can achieve local superiority even in highly contested environments. This is a radical departure from the legacy model of a few high-cost, exquisite platforms that are too expensive to lose. If Swarm Forge is the muscle, the agent network is the brain. This project uses multi-agent reinforcement learning to manage the chaos of multi-domain operations. Engineers are using advanced algorithms like QMix to ensure monotonicity, ensuring that if an individual agent takes an action to improve its local performance, it also improves the entire team's global performance. This digital nervous system optimizes the kill chain, coordinating logistics and electronic warfare support with a level of synchronization that is humanly impossible. Each node in the network possesses enough local intelligence to continue the mission while seeking to re-establish synchronization with the larger whole. This creates a decentralized but highly coordinated force that is incredibly difficult to decapitate or disrupt. A force that can't be decapitated because every node has local intelligence isn't just an upgrade, it's a new category of military. To keep this edge, the department is compressing time through the open arsenal. This initiative aims to take technical intelligence, like captured enemy gear, and turn it into a countermeasure in hours. It can automatically detect flaws in an adversary's sensor logic and generate an EW patch instantly. Then there's Ender's Foundry, a simulation to operations loop. Live fire data is fed back into AI models to discover combat doctrines in virtual environments before they ever hit the field. The end state is a reality where commanders wear smart glasses, manipulating a 3D augmented reality battlefield in real time, with AI suggesting the most efficient path to victory based on millions of simulated outcomes. This creates a continuous learning loop where every encounter on the battlefield informs the next generation of algorithms. The speed at which the US can adapt to new threats becomes a weapon in itself. This rapid iteration cycle is the core of the sovereign agent concept. The time between enemy deploys new system and we have a countermeasure just collapsed. China's sensor engineers are now racing against an algorithm that never sleeps. But none of this works without clean data. For decades, military data has been trapped in silos. The DAO is now treating data as a strategic asset through the agentic data fabric. AI agents are now tasked with cleaning and labeling this data themselves, creating a self-healing information architecture. This means a supply officer in Okinawa sees the same real-time readiness data as a strategist in the Pentagon, with AI identifying gaps before they lead to mission failure. We are seeing the rise of the autonomous bureaucrat, a digital layer that removes the friction from the world's most complex organization. This transformation extends to the very heart of military decision-making. By automating the routine and the mundane, the DAO is freeing up human leaders to focus on the high-level strategic and ethical questions that only a human can answer. The sovereign agent is not meant to replace the commander, but to empower them with a level of situational awareness and operational control that was previously unimaginable. As we look toward 2030, the department envisions a military where logistics are self-optimizing and mass is robotic. The birth of the sovereign agent is the biggest shift in warfare since the internal combustion engine. It changes the nature of deterrence. If an adversary knows your response is automated and lightning fast, and coordinated by a digital brain that has already played out the scenario 1 billion times, the cost of aggression becomes too high to bear. This is the new American way of war, a fusion of human intent and machine execution. The race for AI dominance is a sprint. The sovereign agent isn't just a tool, it's a decision maker. And the Pentagon just told Silicon Valley it doesn't need their permission to build one. The Pentagon has drawn its line. Type sovereign in the comments if you think handing the kill chain to AI is the only way America stays ahead. Or type Anthropic if Silicon Valley's caution is the real national security strategy. There's no right answer, but I want to know where this audience stands. If you want to dive deeper into the technical papers mentioned today, check out the links in the description. This is DIB Dispatch, where billion-dollar projects meet battlefield reality. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned as we continue to track the evolution of the sovereign agent. We'll see you in the next one.